we're going to use the New Testament, and we're going to cast out devils.
Acts what?
Acts 21, and we're going to start off reading 21 through 26. You'll hold the can. You got it? You can point it on you. Now read 21. 21. Alright. And now with this right here, we talking about when Paul went into James. You know what I'm saying? He was the priest in Jerusalem at this time, right? But at 21 he say, and they were informed of thee, that thou teachest all the Jews that which are among the Gentiles to forsake Moses. So Paul was teaching all the Jews among the Gentiles to forsake Moses, right? Saying that they ought not circumcise their children nor walk after the customs. So that's what Paul teaches, to forsake Moses and not to circumcise their children nor walk after the customs, right? He say, what is it therefore that the multitude must needs to come together, for they will hear that thou art come. Do therefore this what we say to thee. For, he say, we have 4 men which have a vow on them. Take, he said, them take and purify thyself with them, and be at charges with them, and that they may shave their heads, and all may know that those things whereof they were informed concerning them were nothing, but that thou also, he said, that thou thyself also walketh orderly and keepeth the law. So when Paul was teaching the Jews, you know what I'm saying, to forsake Moses, you know what I'm saying, and not to circumcise their children and walk after the customs, that's what he was put in charges for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was teaching against the law. You know what I'm saying? So he had to shave his head with the other men, you know what I'm saying, who was getting put at charges, who had to purify themselves, you know, and he was put at charges with them. You know what I'm saying? Saying that the things that he was informing the people were nothing, so they was lies. If they was nothing, they was lies. You know what I'm saying? But that thou also walk orderly and keepeth the law. So even Paul have to walk orderly and keepeth the law. You know what I'm saying? So check this out. We're gonna go to 26. Check this out. Then Paul took the men, and the next day purified himself with them. So Paul purified himself with them. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like they was lying to him, because they told him, James told him, purify yourself with them. Now we got Paul purifying himself. So we showing that he was put at charges, and he even went to the extreme of purifying himself. So he know he was lying. You know what I'm saying? He know he was lying. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Then Paul took the men the next day and purified himself with them, entered the temple to signify the accomplishments of the days of purification, until that at evening should be offered for one day, for every day, every one of them. All right? Then we're going to go Acts 21, we're going to go 27 through 36. You know what I'm saying? But that's just continuing on for real. So we're going to go up to 27, say, and when the 7 days were almost ended, the Jews which were in Asia, when they saw him in the temple, stirred up all the people and laid hands on him. Right? So the Jews that was in Asia, when they saw him in the temple, they stirred up all the people and laid hands on Paul, crying out, "Men of Israel, help! This is the man that teaches all men everywhere against the people and the law in this place, and further brought Greeks also into the temple that have polluted the holy place." See that? So, you know what I'm saying? They were putting hands on Paul. You know what I'm saying? And then they also, again, showing you when they brought Greeks into the temple, they polluted the holy place. Because they're not allowed in there. You know what I'm saying? 29, he say, "For they have seen before him in the city of Trophimus and Ephesians, whom they supposed that Paul had brought into the temple. And all the city was moved, and the people ran together and took Paul and drew him out of the temple, and forthwith the doors were shut, right? And they were, and as they went about to kill him, see, so the people was trying to kill Paul. So as they went about to kill him, tidings came unto the chief captain of the band that all Jerusalem was in an uproar. So Paul hit the whole Jerusalem in an uproar, right? He say, who immediately took soldiers and centurions, right, and ran down unto them. And when they saw the chief captain and the soldiers, they left beaten of Paul. See, so the people they was trying to kill Paul, and the whole Jerusalem was in the uproar. You know what I'm saying? And immediately took soldiers and centurions, them Romans, them centurions, and ran down into them. And when they saw the chief captain and the soldiers, that's when they left from beating on Paul. You know what I'm saying? So just like today, you know what I'm saying? When you see the Hebrew brothers outside, if it's a battle going on and they jump fighting, when they see the police come, what happens? They scatter. So that's the same thing they did right there. You know what I'm saying? 33. He said, then the chief captain came in and took him and commanded him to be bound with 2 chains, and demanded who he was and what he had done. And some cried one thing, some cried another among the multitude. And when they could not know the certainty, for the told me, he commanded him to be carried into the castle. And when he came into the stairs, it was that he was born of the soldiers for the violence of the people. And what we at 35, and we at 36. He said, for the multitude of the people follow after crying away with them. See, so the people was trying to kill Paul. You know what I'm saying? They was, because